Hello everybody, my name's DownAgamer556, and today we have two creatures, one from the past and one from the future. We're going to be seeing how these two creatures do in battle, and if they fought, who would win. Let's start with physical attack, and let's begin with Delta. Delta gets to be a Velociraptor, which means it gets pretty good attack using its teeth and claws to attack its victims, which means that slashing could be pretty good, especially with the toe claw that raptors have on their foot, as well as the sharp claws they can use for slashing and grabbing. Now, let's compare this to the sentinel. The sentinel in murder drones does have a flash attack, but it's useless on actual living creatures. But it probably would be able to do a lot of damage with its bite because it's more mechanical, meaning that its attacks could do probably more damage than Delta could, especially on the fact that it could take more hits because it's being mechanical, which is why I think the edge in this category goes to the sentinel. Durability. Looking at Delta, since Delta is from the Jurassic series, that means that it has an incredibly tough skin like most dinosaurs in the series. It's also able to crash through glass and still be okay and get up relatively easily, which is pretty difficult. As well as, instead of like Echo's death, it was thrown into an incinerator when Echo was thrown away and died. It also hit its head on the cage wall and came back relatively fine. Delta is good defense, but how good is it compared to the unfortunately, hit its head on the wall and was knocked out of commission for the time being, and when fighting V, the same thing happened and it couldn't get back up. But at the same time, it can crash into a fridge and be relatively fine. But despite the fact that it's mechanical, it has weak parts. Delta would get the edge in this category. Now, intelligence. Delta's a Velociraptor, which means it's incredibly intelligent. And it has a big brain, which means it can form pack hunting strategies and perform strategies to take down larger prey, except it was fooled by the Dilophosaurus. But that still doesn't matter. Most animals that can be trained are relatively intelligent. But what if we compare this to the sentinel? The sentinel's intelligence is extremely smart, being able to use human weapons and how to fire them, because it's seen sword fighting V in episode 6 of Murder Drones, which means it's definitely intelligent, because it's also able to know how to use an elevator and how to lift the people up so it can get them. So, this thing has incredible high intelligence. Being able to use human weapons as a dinosaur is very difficult, and it knows how to use them. Which is why, in my opinion, I believe that the sentinel would get the edge in intelligence. Speed. Now, the Velociraptors are supposed to be able to run 40 to 50 miles per hour, but that's outside. Indoors, where this battle could be taking place, they might be, not far enough. Which is why I don't think its speed might be as fast as you think. Now, let's compare that to the Sentinel. The Sentinel is able to get around the underground lab relatively quickly, able to move from place to place very fast, which is why its speed is pretty good. It's able to launch into that fridge extremely quick, by the way, as well as being able to get around and move fastly and have more agility, which means it could get off more attacks than Delta could. Now, seeing all of this, I believe that the Sentinels would win in this fight. Being mechanical and having relatively better attack and speed definitely gives you an edge in a fight. And despite Delta having good durability, I don't think it'll be enough to save it from its demise against the Sentinel. But what is your opinion on the fight, and was I right? Until then, see you later.